Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, and Thursday means get your paint on. And get your paint on means, well, we're not actually getting our paint on today. Anyways, I'm Dallas, studio manager at Privateer Press, and with us today is our special guest, the handsome
Thank you.
and talented
Oh,
and adorable
thank you.
Mr. William Hungerford.
I thought you were gonna say my name just then.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Okay.
No, Tony, you are
Let's
far
go-
more
Let's
svelte
go
than I
back.
am.
Let's go back. Let's do it right.
I said handsome, not suave.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
We're live.
I'll take
we also
it.
can't go back.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Perfect. One more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, and Thursday morning means get your paint on, which we're not going to do. And with us today is the handsome and adorable
Oh, what?
and talented
You're
William
actually,
Hungerford.
You're actually doing the whole thing again.
Yeah, I'm actually. He said go back.
Oh, no.
Tony
He
two
takes me
times.
seriously.
Tony two times.
Who was that? What movie? That was in Goodfellas, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him. Tony two times. Konachek. That's perfect.
At least two
One more time.
times. At least two times.
So we got William Hungerford and our special guest spot,
Hello,
and
everybody.
of course at the Command Central Control Board, Mr. Tony Konachek.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's your morning been, Dallas?
My morning's been fantastic. I've gotten a lot done in the 3 hours I've been at work.
Dude, me too. I have been out on the playtest tables setting up the Steamroller 2018 scenarios and like writing down all my diagrams and graphs and getting things ready for the Steamroller CID that happens. I'm not going to give a date, but soon.
Soon.
Soon enough.
That's our favorite word for when's this come out?
Soon. So
Soon.
what do you do? You have a lot of parts in front
Obviously,
of you.
I'm not painting, right?
Yeah.
So I am. So this is the hooch hauler, and I've talked about, and you've seen in No Quarter Prime number 2, my steel creel. I haven't really shown them off too much, but even though I made the steel creel like for Company of Iron, because I'm completely infatuated with building Company of Iron armies right now.
Yep.
I have like maybe 30 lists in my war room
Nice.
app right now.
Yeah. The Pharaoh one, we'll talk about that later.
3 of them might be Pharaoh right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got really excited, and I thought, you know what, my steel krill is this, like the whole concept behind the steel krill is they are wasteland nomadic trolls that are like scavengers, and they have found this wrecked colossal, and they have built this town or shanties,
Yeah, like a shanty town.
a shanty town, a little
Yeah.
troll shanty town around this wreckage of a colossal, and they kind of worship this colossal as like almost like a god or an entity, right? Mm-hmm. And like I kind of imagine like even something about like maybe the colossal is actually sort of active,
Like the cortex is
Like it's
barely
got some sort of
working.
power
like
happening?
barely working.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's still power there,
Huh.
like because they can feed the coal, like the coal, the coal still works, and the cortex is still kind of there, but it can't pick itself up, like it's immobile, right? It's completely destroyed. But there's something there, and they've like worshipped it. And I was like, well, what would go better with a bunch of wasteland scavenging trolls than a wasteland scavenging vehicle
Yeah.
to ride around?
Yeah.
Like, like if you know me personally, you know where this is going and where this is all coming from.
Yeah, it looks like Henry
I
Marcus
do.
has it nailed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Henry Marcus. I like Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Pablo asked, "Isn't every troll town a shanty town?"
No. No.
That's racism against trolls.
That's terrible.
They have nice places.
Also, today I have cocoa instead of tea or coffee. I'm enjoying myself today. Today is get your cocoa on.
I have nothing to drink,
Special
but
Thursday.
Cheers.
all I have is your companionship to drink up, and it is delicious.
Oh, it's so chocolatey. So what I've done is I've taken my hooch hauler and I have I went down to Mr. Danny Samuels, our terrain specialist, and he has a bunch of concoctions and weird like alchemical agents. And I found some sort of automotive filler, and I filled this in and I polished it up. So my hooch hauler is completely smooth because if it's going to be a steel creel, it's got to have a steel keg.
Nice.
I like that.
So I also have, so this is all the parts of the hooch hauler. As you can see, there is a bagillion bits, and like some of these have even been assembled. Like this bear is actually 3 parts. This bears 3 parts. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 parts on just this, and then the rest is parts. So there's a bunch of parts, but I also have
Yeah.
more parts.
I like how you just. It's madness.
Sploosh. I'm just kind of so I've got a little barrel from the Pig Barrel Rider.
Yep.
Which I might leave wood, and I'm thinking about maybe putting this somewhere, like as another keg. I have the engine assembly from the Old Witch 2 and some pipes, because I'm imagining some fat stacks rolling out the back of this bad boy,
Yeah.
right?
Can you pull that down a little more?
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
you
okay.
can't see
Yeah,
it.
below the logo. Make way.
A clean workspace is a happy workspace.
So some engine assembly with some fat stacks rolling off the back like a crazed hot rod. This, of course, goes up here, and I want to keep this because this is essential because you need a weapon. What else I got? I got the bottom half of a Conquest. So there's the assembly joint from a Resin Conquest. I'm thinking about putting this somewhere. I got the part of a Hungerford. You love this thing. What is this?
Let me see. That's the Madcap. This
Madcap,
the top of the Madcap from Grimkin.
To the moon.
To the moon.
What else I got? I just grabbed a bunch of random parts from Danny's workstation. I was just like, I'm taking this. I have the gun.
Can we just take a second to say that as model painters, and you do far more conversions than I do, but I like to mess around occasionally.
It's fun, isn't it?
We are also very lucky, the two of us, being that we work here and we sort of have these bins of things that it's like, Christmas land, where we just go back there and be like, what do I need? And just grab different parts and bits.
Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
I was like this before. Like I bought I buy kits.
I know, but I was saying like having access to the bins of parts that we have here is a nice perk of the job.
I know what I'm doing with this part, so I'm just going with it. I'm just gonna build today. I have no plan. I have no angle of attack here. I have no sketch. I have a general concept. I'm just a boy with a dream.
You're gonna
and a
mod
bucket of
smash.
parts.
Alex says that's what the inside of your mind looks like.
This is
Parts everywhere.
100% so damn accurate. You have no idea. Actually, if you want to talk to, oh my God, Encyclopedia Partitica is Stu Spangler. That dude knows every part ever.
Yeah.
Like he's a master of the bits.
And just like instant, you could do one of those. Could lay out all these parts on a table, have them look at them for 60 seconds, and
He'd
then
be
take
like,
half
"This
of
is
them
this,
away
this
and
is
tell you
this."
which ones are still there
Yeah, he'd be like-
or still gone.
He's like, this is from the Iron Kingdom's troll, like bridge troll. And you're like,
This is Dragon the Black Bastard's left shoe.
left shoe. His toe nug.
While it's drying, Dallas, speaking of, since we're talking about bits and converting,
think
what is your favorite bit? Like if you had one off the top of your head, that like one single piece off a model. Do you have one that comes to mind?
I mean, the hat to the Grey Lord Forge Seer
Yeah.
is pretty dope.
I have a new one from one of the models that it hasn't come out yet. It's coming out next month, but I was lucky to get mine early.
Is it a hat?
It's on a model that comes with a separate hat bit. The little fat bird that comes with long chops.
Oh my God, right?
But long chops also comes with a separate Crocodile Dundee style hat that's
Yeah.
its own separate bit, which
Yeah.
I am very excited to see people do Gatorman Posse all in long chops hats.
Just a whole Gatorland long posse.
Yes, the Gatorman long posse. But dude, that little fat bird.
Tony's dying.
Gatorman long posse.
Gatorman long posse.
They all have Crocodile Dundee hats and fat birds.
Fat birds.
I want to make a fat bird army.
That would be amazing. Little chubby bird army.
Dude, I'm gonna do a Company of Iron army that I'm just gonna get a bunch of bases and just cover them in fat birds and like I don't know. We'll design some rules for swarm of fat birds.
Fat bird
Swarm
swarm.
of fat birds.
Then you and me will play a scenario where it's just like the
That's
filthy
fine.
five are fighting fat birds
Fat
for no
birds.
reason.
Filthy Five don't want nothing to do with them fat birds. They're like, nah.
I've watched a little bit too much Last Jedi recently, so obviously all I have in my mind is the concept of swarms of porgs. Just like the Filthy Five. Like, Finn's like, what is that, sir? It's fat birds. How many? Millions.
Shasper, what do your human eyes see? Death, sir. Nothing but death.
Brendan, you stole mine. Brendan Butler says that
Oops.
his girlfriend's favorite bit is the shredder ducky from the Blighted Bather. That's
a really
also
good one.
of mine.
Shredder Ducky's really good.
Yep, that is a very good one.
Okay, so this is not actually connected very well, so I'm gonna have to really. I probably should have done something a little more clever here. So we're gonna put some putty in there. I'm kit bashing.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just kit bashing.
Can't kit bash without bashing. So,
Bashing.
Dallas, for anybody who doesn't use putty or is new to it, can you explain sort of what you're doing?
Yeah, so this is P3 aluminum putty. This is my most favorite putties in the world. It's super smooth. It gets super hard. So it's just a 2-part putty. So as you can see, I just cut a little sliver off. Fairly equitable. Now I'm going to mix it up, and I'll make it kind of brown. And then I'm going to mush that down into some of these crevices to start holding this, because there's not a lot of connection points. It's just a random, it's just a random bit smashed onto another random bit. So I'm just having fun. Mush, mush, mush.
Patrick Augustin says his favorite dice, or his favorite bit, is the Gore Shades dice from the Roll and Bones Go Shade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The hat is so super dope, but that little bird, the only thing unfortunate about the little bird is that his little feeties are sculpted as part of long chops.
Yes, but that's
But
okay.
You can make little sculpting little feeties ain't hard.
Or just grabbing Warjack feet and then having their little feet go to like the Grunbag blasters, like the little Rulik Jacks. Just have them standing there. Just little fat birds with giant robot feet.
This like giant oversized galoshes.
They can barely, they can't fly.
What?
Doug Hamilton says the baby juggernaut with the painter of Everblood is his favorite. So does Joshua Diaz.
That's really good.
Josh, by the way, Mr. Diaz, I did know about the reason that those birds were in that movie because of the CGI, because they had to CGI the porgs over the actual birds on the island because they were everywhere.
Oh, really?
That's why they were
That's
there.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's the rumor.
I'm seeing a trend here with most of the favorite models. They tend to be cutesy bits.
Yeah, little cutesy bits.
cutesy bits.
Well, yeah, man, right? Like nobody's like, you know what I really like as a separate bit? The dude on the rack. So like, I cover every model in that dude, and you're like the War Dog has that dude. Like, yeah, he's just the War Dog's carrying it in his mouth.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Well, Ed Burrell, his circle.
Good boy, fetch.
Bark, bark. No.
Oh, I was happy on my rack.
Ed Burrell's circle army, the Circles of Hell, is his like dark, evil, Dante's Inferno kind of circle. And he took rack dudes, and on his Wold Wrath, the rack guys are hanging.
He
all
hung
over
them
it.
up.
Yeah, they're like hanging off of it. It looks really gross.
He also his Gorax in that army is terrifying because he took the jaw and separated it, so
Yes.
it opens up even more unnaturally than it did before.
He's got that sort of modern horror thing going on where the mouth gets really big.
Oh, Jacob is asking, did Dallas just chapstick his hand?
I did. So a good way to prevent your putty from sticking to your tool is I put some lip balms on my hand, and then I rub that on my tool, and then my putty don't stick to my tool no more. See?
You are a wealth of interesting information and like painting tactics.
You should get me boozed.
I've gotten.
That's happened.
I've done that with you
I
before.
mean, it's a different wealth of information that spews forth.
I'm
but-
aware, but we can't do that on live stream. Not on the Privateer Press live stream.
Nope.
I love my job. I know you love yours too. Tony, you like your job, right?
Still.
Let's never get smashed on stream.
Smushed.
Martin says, can we get our hands on some model bits ourselves without buying the whole model? Yes, we have a parts store on store.privateerpress.com. Not every part is available from every model, but there are, I don't even know what the count is. I will say thousands, and I think that is actually accurate.
Man, I've definitely had girlfriends be like, "You're buying a $50 kit for what?" And I'm like, "That shoulder pad
Yeah.
on that juggernaut. I need this whole kit for that." And she's like, "What are you gonna do with the rest?" I'm like, "That's a bits box." What's a bits box? Magic.
Lanyap. We have a term for that down south back in the bayou. It's lanyap. You know, it's just a little something extra.
Little something extra.
You don't need it.
Lanyap?
Lanyap. Lanyap means a little something extra. Back in my old home of the bayous of Louisiana, it's like if you don't need it necessarily. It's just a little something nice, a little something extra, just a little. It's the sprinkles on the ice cream. Sprinkles on ice cream are lanyap.
Can you use that in a sentence so that I have some context for it?
Yes, the sprinkles on the ice cream are lanyap.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Like you're getting the ice cream, right? You already have the ice cream cone. That's what you got.
Okay.
And that's what you want.
But like if somebody walked up and just put a couple sprinkles on it, you don't need sprinkles. Your ice cream's still good. It's still ice cream, but the sprinkles are lanyap.
Could I say thanks for the lanyap?
You can't. You're not from there.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well, that's the thing is I want to be able
that's
to blend
classist.
in when I go.
I'm joking, Tony.
and I don't want to pretend like I know the word and then use it.
No, if you say it correct, if you say lanyap, 'cause
Lanyap.
the way it's spelled, most people say lag nappy. And that's when we know you're not from there. If you're like,
lag nappy.
somebody walks in, they're like, "Thank you all for the lag nappy." We're like,
That's kind of like Puyallup.
yeah. How much money do you have? Linda?
What's up, outsider?
Give it to me.
You
Puyallup.
You just lost a
Puyallup?
kidney.
Yeah.
Puyallup. Lanyap.
Oh.
Can you just shout it?
Let's-
Like, can you exclaim Lanyap?
You can't. When you're Cajun, you can pretty much shout anything and exclaim it.
I mean, half the language is just shouting.
Dallas, talking about the word Puyallup. Well-
I don't know how to say that word.
Puyallup.
Yeah.
When you and I were in Ireland
Those
earlier,
was a bunch of words I didn't understand.
when you and I were in Ireland, we were riding with Lance. And Lance from Beast of War was asking us to pronounce a couple of the street names. And then we asked him to pronounce some of the areas around Seattle, and he knew them and was able to pronounce them 100%. And Puyallup was the first one we gave him, and we're like, he nailed it. And Lance is born and raised in Northern Ireland. I don't know he's ever even left the country. And we're like, man, other people in America never get Puyallup, right? How'd you get that? And it's from watching, I forgot what series he watched, but there's something he had
Oh, yeah,
watched
that's
where
right.
Puyallup was featured, and he's like, that's how he knew how to say it. When I first moved up here, I called it Pulley Up.
Puyallup. Yeah.
It's like you're going to go down to Pulley Up to do some pull-ups.
Some might call that informative, and I would just call it cheating.
Yes.
Sure.
What is Dallas using to keep the tools from sticking to the putty? Dallas, you want to cover that one
I'm
again?
using some lip balms. So I got my lip balms, and I put my lip balm on my palm. That's not my palm. That's the back of my hand. And then I go like this, and then it doesn't stick.
That's a trick I did not know until this stream. So yeah, chapstick apparently helps you putty.
Can you use any regular old chapstick, or is fruit flavored and glittery okay?
Glittery, I'm sure you can use glitter.
Mr. Diaz asked, this is for me. Did you decide on a name for your Company of Iron list, or am I sticking with Weaponized Gumbo?
Weaponized gumbo.
Yeah, Weaponized Gumbo won out.
Totally went out.
I'm always open to suggestions, but for now, Weaponized Gumbo.
There's no reason to change that. Literally, no reason to change that.
If you're just joining us, studio manager Dallas Kemp is
Hello,
kit bashing.
everybody.
He is making a ramshackle steel keg hooch hauler for his
Steel Creels.
Steel Creel troll bloods, which are sort of these wasteland scavenger trolls.
Yeah, they're super fun. I like them. And yeah, this is just a crazy, mad conversion. Just something to do, something to have fun with. Like, I mean, I can't even use this in Company of Iron.
Not yet. I mean, I wouldn't say never, because I can tell you that I make scenarios for a lot of the organized play and then various events, and then Oz is also making scenarios. We're both making scenarios for No Quarter. Oz has got a bunch coming up for some upcoming No Quarters that they tweak the rules a lot, and I can tell you that having one that's sort of an escort the tank style scenario, specifically had like a battle engine or like a gun carriage in mind. Like imagine a bunch of Winter Guard escorting a gun carriage, right?
Yeah,
But like
that'd be awesome.
whenever something like that does inevitably come out, you could totally use this in your Company of Iron games.
Or I could just slowly build up my Steel Creel to a full troll army.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get, I got some plastic card here. I'm going to try to manipulate this around because this is going to be all a big chunk of metal, but I want some armor plates kind of on it as well. I don't know if this plastic card will work. Maybe this will work. I also got a manila envelope.
Dallas, real fast. Mr. Travis Ramsar, which Travis, your last name is phenomenal. He asked, does the lip balm affect the primer?
There's no primer on this.
I guess he's saying like using the lip balm as part of this conversion process. When you go to prime this model, will that lip balm affect it in any way?
No, you just let it dry.
Okay.
I don't know if this manila envelope will work. You let it evaporate. It evaporates fairly quick. I want to use this.
Did I miss the context? Josu Diaz is saying foil works too, but Josu, I don't understand what the foil is for. Can you elaborate a little bit?
I think he's talking about to make armor plates.
Ah, gotcha.
I would assume. Because that is an option to put some armor plates on stuff. You could take foil and roll some armor plates around it.
It'd be cool because a crinkle make it all beat up too,
Yeah.
like it's pulling
You can
off.
get that beat look. I'm thinking about putting this gun up here and having one of the pigs yeah.
So you're using just plastic card there to build some like ramshackle plates,
Yep.
effectively.
Yep.
Cool. What are you going to use? Are you going to build like little rivets that they're riveted in, or is that?
Yeah, I have you can get a hole punch
Yeah.
and you just put your plastic in there and you just
Underneath. Missing it. There you go.
barely push down but not all the way through and you make little rivets.
Oh, that's Dallas. Why do you know so much about painting and converting and modeling?
Because I don't know anything about anything else.
It's not true. That's not true. I have been to multiple barbecues where you have made some succulent cooked meats.
Meats.
So if there are two things in this world you know,
It's
it's
meat and minis.
meat and models.
Oh my God, what a great name. Meat and
We
minis.
should have Pagani and Dallas have a cook-off. Because in such a scenario, there are no losers.
I was about to say, do we just all get to eat?
There are no losers.
I don't like when I don't want them to cook off. I want them to cook together because typically it's the two of them doing most of the cooking.
But we need to put some sort of friendly competition in there. We need to have each of them. It's friendly and in good spirits, and we need to pit them against each other for our amusement, and also it elevates the whole. Right? We're gonna get the best meat that way.
I mean, I'm down.
Travis says his last name is German for sour cream.
Travis Ramsar says his last name is German for sour cream.
That's amazing.
Travis Ramsar. I have to figure out. I'm gonna have to work that into one of the leagues. Like one of the lieutenants of like one of the trenchers are gonna be called Travis Ramsar.
Lieutenant Ramsar.
Lieutenant Ram. Okay, I guess I won't use Travis Ramsar because then I don't know. It'd be weird if he dies and then Travis Ramsar, the real guy, is like no. But like Lieutenant Ramsar, go blow up those trolls. All I have is this sour cream.
Oh, that's what's
That's
going on with the
redundant.
thing? What's going on?
I'm rolling.
Yeah, I get all confused. Oh, my glue made my fingers sticky.
Top on the left, bottom on the right. For those of you out there, we're discussing the monitor in front of Dallas that has all the necessary information he needs to do his job, and I have that same information, and I'm screwing around with it, making it difficult for him to pay attention.
I'm just holding. So this is gonna have to be revisited because on that curved surface, you don't always just glue something. It's just like it's done. You just kind of let that dry, and then I can put this over and work that in. Do you think the little crow's nest? Should I put the little crow's nest on the back still?
Let's check it out. Let me see what it looks like.
Yeah, I kind of want the crow's nest, don't you think?
Is it gonna be elevated or right there?
Just right there. And then this will go here. And then there'll be a gun. And a little... Let me cut my little dude off. He'll be like, I'm going to shoot this gun.
Can you hold the madcap bit up, Dallas?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the Madcap.
What do you plan on doing with that?
I don't know. It's kind of like, I mean, the front is going to have the dude.
Because the madcap to me looks like two awesome exhaust pipes coming out of a giant bottle of hooch.
I mean, does it work if you turn it sideways and use it as some sort of exhaust port, like a
Like this?
pseudo jet? No,
Oh,
like
like
a
this?
parallel, yeah, something like that. But maybe the flat part out the back,
Maybe.
make it like a big exhaust thing.
Oh.
So the pipes, the thin part would then pipe attached to the barrel, and then the back flat end.
Or what if it was the sweetest pair of spinners on each wheel? Just little booze nozzles.
Oh, you know what else would be cool? So because they worship technology and stuff like that, it's like having some sort of warjack, like torso and head, like as like a trophy rack.
Yes.
That'd be crazy.
Do you have any netting?
I can get netting.
Dude, a netting full of warjack heads?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Like hung off the side?
That's a really good idea. Yeah, because I want this thing covered in stuff.
Yeah.
Right, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Okay,
Wow.
so this is not actually a part that goes on to this part of the old witch. So I got the wrong parts, but that's all right. We're going to kit bash. Clip. Use my trusty P3 clippers. What do you think of that?
See it?
That's pretty
I like it, man.
I mean, I still need to clean this up.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this one will work better.
sweet. Are you not doing two of them?
I don't know. There's no plan.
I mean, they don't have to be symmetrical, right? Like, it doesn't look like these guys would be like, make it look nice. They're just
Well,
like, does it work? Slap it on.
It's also I don't want it to be too bloody big. I mean, I don't want that sticking out that far, so I cut that down.
It's already a really big model.
I know. It's a huge big rig for big kids. No.
What?
No?
I'm deeply confused.
Oh, James R. Keller on Twitch is saying that you should make a gear shift with a warjack head on it.
That's a huge gear shift. But that's a great idea. Oh my god, yeah, I need to give the driver like a gear shift.
I really want this thing, if it's got room, to have just a booze nozzle that is just hosing people down with the hooch.
Like actually sculpt the hooch, like spraying out the nozzles.
And I think there's also a way that you could probably make a tap for the keg out of the crazy stuff you've got. But really, the top thing I think personally is the netting full of warjack heads giving
Yeah.
your fluff. I think that's just
I like the netting full of warjack heads. That's totally happening. So this bit doesn't quite work, so I'm going to make it work. I'm going to shave it.
Speaking of conversions, dude, for your steel creel,
Can you go up a little bit more? Losing it. There it is.
are any of your champions or any of your like elite infantry wearing warjack parts as armor?
Got to go up a little more.
No one's wearing warjack parts as armor, but my Volca has a warjack head hanging from his hip.
Cool.
But I like where you're going with
Dude,
this.
imagine Volca takes a berserker's head, right?
And he
and
puts
he-
it on.
He scoops it out. He hollows it out
Scoops. Like a pumpkin.
like a pumpkin, and he wears the shell of the berserker head as a helmet.
All right. Maybe I'll do a fell collar. Like that.
That would be super mega ultra dope.
Super mega ultra dope.
Push it up a little more towards the
Oh
middle. There we
gosh,
go.
Tony.
Well, yeah. People want to see what you're doing.
I'm slowly slowly carving a curve into this bit to make it fit into the natural curve of the other bit.
And working with resins, like doing what you're doing, is
was
pretty
like
easy, right?
Butter.
Did you say like butter?
Butter.
Don't put this on your bread, though, folks. You will be in a bad spot.
Just shape that like this. Because that's the shape of the other bit.
Dallas Patrick wants to know, are you going to use the bears to pull it, or are you going to use something different like the meat thresher's wheel or something else that's more mechanical given the fluff?
I definitely like the meat thresher wheel idea.
Okay, so here's the limiting factor. This thing is huge. There ain't much space on that base for much. So the wheel of the, like, I love the idea of the wheel of the meat thresher because that thing is just awesome looking. But that thing's like that wide.
Yeah.
Like this can go back a little bit. I don't want it hanging over the back that much. It still doesn't leave very much. That leaves like what? An inch and a half maybe? So it's not much space. I need something to fit here, which
Well, you need something that's the length of the bears, right?
because the design of the bears fit on the underside of that.
Yeah.
And then the little man, he's not a man, he's a troll. This snaps in here, which will be glued later. I don't want to stick that on yet, but that hangs out there, and there's a troll sitting up there.
Nice.
What
So I
about
need something to fit there.
what if you just add some more wheels on the front there? Have them converge into one wheel on the front, like a hot rod.
Like a big hot rod
Yeah,
wheel.
and then just have it be fueled by burning hooch.
burning hooch wheels. I like that. I thought about also a warjack with no weapon arms. Just a warjack.
Oh,
Like
just like
torso only?
like a running.
Like legs and torso and a head.
And like it's chained to
And
the
he's
front.
like chained to it. And
Yeah.
he's just like just dragging it forth.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, trolls can be Jack Marshalls.
Yeah, I mean,
just saying run and
Rowley
charge it.
Moorclaw is a Trollkin Jack Marshall. He
Yeah.
exists in the game. I
So-
use him in my Blind Water Force.
That's an awesome model too.
Yes, it is.
That's a really awesome model. Okay, so what's next? I want to take I got some more plastic card to play with. So
Chat's giving you a hard time for not allowing for the overhang. The overhang's cool.
Alex says if you're not using it for standard play, then why not do it? But Alec, I think it's two parts. And Dallas, correct me if I'm wrong. You are intending to use this at some
Yes.
point, and
absolutely.
just it sounds like for your modeling, you just want it to fit on the base.
I do like things that fit on the base. I mean, that's just personal preference. I like things that fit on the base. Sure.
So what are you doing right now?
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take some plastic and make some rivets. They don't have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My trolls don't know how to work a rivet good.
And you're making some like metal banding.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, to connect to the plates on either side.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap that right over the top, I think.
God, that's so dope, Tony. This is my first time ever on Get Your Paint On, right?
It is your first time on Get
well,
Your Paint On.
I do a lot of the weekly rumbles and then Prime Casts and a lot of other stuff, but I've never been on this.
I think something
You
like
do
that.
some things around the office.
And
At least that's what I hear.
I'm just sitting here
Rumor
literally
is-
fascinated watching Dallas do this.
Rumor is you do stuff.
Rumor has
Word
it.
on the
Ooh.
street.
Rumor has it. Like I'm legitimately fascinated watching Dallas be like, and then I'm going to do this and this, and I'm like, I can see it coming together.
Missed it.
We should like live stream this or put it on YouTube for other people to watch. I think they might enjoy it.
You think?
I think they get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, let us know if you think that there might be people out there who want to see Dallas convert this hooch hauler.
On Twitch, FLT Medic says he left for 20 minutes. He comes back and it's not primed yet. It will not be primed for some time, my friend. I think Dallas has a lot of converting he wants to do before he even approaches priming this model. So this is not going to be a painting video today. This is a kit bashing and converting video.
Actually, that makes me think of an episode idea that we could do for Get Your Paint On is bring back all of the half-finished projects that we've started on the show and then just have you show off what happened to them all at once.
Wait, what?
So, so the Kraken, we still have to show off what's happened with the sculpting of the Kraken,
Sure.
and the repairs and paint jobs on that. And the same with this. Probably not going to get this all painted up and fixed in one episode of Get Your Paint On. So, yeah. So we just have a very special episode
Of
of showing off your
Where
finished
are they
projects.
now?
Yes, there you go. And we'll have flashbacks.
do you remember? Do you remember
I'm sure I
when I
can-
made this thing?
I can come up with the fuzzy wavy video transition to go back and forth.
That's right. It's not primed yet. I'm sorry.
No,
Ugh.
no.
Curves.
Well, FLT Medic even said after
Curves.
that answer, he loves the idea and thanks for the answer. So like people are down with the idea of a conversion episode where it's just I've got parts, I'm gonna do cool stuff. And Tony, yeah,
I'm just making stuff.
I like your flashback or whatever we want to call it. Like, where did everything end up? What got finished? What got thrown in the trash?
Yeah.
What was destroyed in a car crash? What was sold?
I wasn't in a car crash, everybody. I don't want that to be a rumor. Did you hear Dallas was in a car crash and destroyed all of his models?
Which models skipped town?
I had a buddy back in Louisiana who kept his entire army magnetized in a metal toolbox, and he kept it in his trunk so that whenever we would go to the game store back in the day, back when I lived in Louisiana and didn't work here, which is forever away. But he got in a car wreck, or somebody I should say got in a car wreck with him. They rear-ended him right in the miniatures.
Oh,
So, yeah.
right in the miniatures.
Yeah.
That's okay. That might be my new favorite hashtag.
Yeah, and so yeah, he got hit right in the miniatures, and that was awful. The other time I saw somebody with a toolbox that was magnetized miniatures, my buddy lived on the second story of this apartment complex that had this staircase that was outside that went down, and he was walking down with his toolbox, and he slipped, and the toolbox went rolling down the stairs.
Oh my gosh.
And we just watched it happen in slow-mo.
It was like, no.
The toolbox was padlocked shut, so it didn't open. So it just rolled a step, just like boom, boom, boom. And when it got to the bottom, and this was his Scorn army, I don't think any miniature didn't fall apart.
I was gonna say that if that had happened to me, that I might have just left that box closed forever.
Yeah.
And spared myself the pain of knowledge.
Yeah. At that point, my temper gets the best of me, and I'd have just run up and started kicking it. And like you just like it's done, so let's make it worse. I'm just gonna kick the toolbox for a while and then bury it in the mud.
It's like so many things about you.
What?
This is done. Let's make it worse.
That is kind of my. I just like high five.
I might do it, yeah.
If things are good, you make them better. If things are bad, you
You
just
make it worse.
You just crash them into the ground.
This plane's going down.
Yeah.
Steve Gibson is asking, or is recommending that you
This curve is
take one of the polar
killing
bear's
me.
legs and
This
make it
curve
the
is
leg from a jack. Would that make it a cyberg?
Cyborg. I get it.
David Schultz asks, "Is Dallas and or Brendan going to LVO this year?" Brendan is going to LVO this year,
I
and
believe that's correct.
the LVO crew should be Danny Samuels, our terrain maker,
Specialist.
terrain specialist. Brent Walder, our director of stuff.
Director of things.
Will Pagani, our development assistant, and Brendan Roy, our
Painter Prime.
Painter Prime.
Okay.
We'll call him that.
So those four gents will be out at LVO, and then a larger crew of us will all be at Adepticon after that. With,
Oh yeah, Adepticon is dope.
I'm
So
very much looking forward to being in Adepticon.
This curve is killing me. I think I grabbed the wrong.
But
You're like a rubber band.
LVO
Yeah,
will be a great
it's,
show.
It's me being impatient. It's just me being impatient.
What's your 3 Ps, Dallas?
I know. There's that first P. It gets me every time.
Patience, perseverance, and practice.
Patience, practice, perseverance.
Oh, I put the practice and perseverance in the wrong way.
See, I'm just being impatient. I want to put other bits on.
Oh, John jumped in and said the LVO is John Swinkle's Brent, Danny, and Pagani. So I'm sorry. I guess
Oh.
Brendan is not
No,
going
no,
to
Brendan.
LVO. So my bad.
Sorry.
Sorry. And yes, Chad is reminding us the fourth P is, of course, pancakes.
Pancakes. Confidence. Cocoa.
When are you going to have me over for a paint jam again?
When I have paint jam.
When's your next paint jam?
I don't know. We should have one.
Yeah. Because, dude, your bacon, coffee, and pancakes are...
Did you see that
Is
picture
it
I
bacon?
posted?
Bacon coffee? Did you say bacon coffee?
No, his bacon,
Is that two things or one thing?
bacon,
It doesn't
comma,
matter. They're both good.
Bacon, comma.
coffee, comma, pancakes, comma.
Okay. Because I heard bacon coffee.
That sounds really gross.
It sounds gross, but if
you
it
would
was
still put it in
there,
your mouth.
I would still try it out.
What is it like coffee with some bacon grease in it?
No, you just shove it. I mean, that's a thing, right? The coffee with the butter in it, because you put the fat and the butter in.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is this?
It's like a diet thing. Like you put the butter inside the coffee, and it's like, so it sweetens it, right?
Okay.
But you're not using sugar. You're using like real, like
Yeah.
natural fats. that
Probably
your
makes you
body
feel
wants.
full.
Yeah, it makes you feel full, but no. That's like a real thing. Anyways, did you see the pictures of that pancakes I posted the other day?
I did, and it reminded
Did
me
you see
that
how thick and fat they were?
I did,
Yeah.
which also reminded me that paint jams at your house are good times every time, and I want to do another one. But walking into your house when you're not there or not expecting me is a good way to have real bad things happen. So I'm not going to roll up at 4 a.m. on Sunday and be like, Dallas, where the pancakes at?
No, you just need to.
Where them pancakes
I'm
at?
gonna go full my full old school Bayou. Like, hey boy, where the pancakes
Where
at?
the
Get them out,
pancakes at?
get them out, get them out. We got some painting to do, y'all.
You just need to announce yourself from the street very loudly first, like as you walk up, so we can hear you approach
Yeah.
and isn't startled by your presence, your sudden appearance.
See there, Alec got it. Ghee, purified butter, and coffee. Yes, it's a real thing. Somebody asked me, they're like, "Why is there no bacon in this picture of my pancakes?" And I was like, "The bacon didn't make it to the plate."
Eat them one by one right out of the pan.
Dude, tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. When I
Yeah.
do it, yeah, I cook for the family on the weekends pretty often.
And
Every
how
time
many-
we have bacon, I think they
Everybody
get
gets-
served about half of what went in.
Yeah, you cook all the bacon, and like when you're sitting there in your head, you're like, everybody gets 2 pieces of bacon on their plate. So you go 2 pieces for you, 2 pieces for you, 2 pieces for you, 2 pieces for you, and you're like, and 2 pieces for me. And then you look in the pan, and you're like, and there's 3 more pieces that are unaccounted for and unloved, and I'm at the stove.
You actually separate it out. We just put it in a big bowl, and it becomes a big free for all. Fortunately for me, I know it's coming, and my reach is long, so I end up.
You have one of them there civilized families, Tony.
I was gonna say,
You put a bowl of bacon down in front of my family, don't reach out.
his fingers being
You're
lost.
pulling back a stump. Seth Conrad, I like some of the great conversion ideas people are chatting about in this episode. Seth says he can't get the idea of a troll with a diving helmet on that's full of hooch, and he's drinking with the helmet. That's awesome.
He's only got 30 seconds to live, but oh, what a life!
And it definitely has to have a pipe from the helmet directly into
No, man.
the holler. No?
It's a diving helmet, and it's got a hatch at the top. You get a little whelp, and the whelp's got a thing of like booze, and he's got the hatch open.
A funnel.
No,
Oh, it's got a funnel.
a hose.
Yeah.
What a hose?
Yeah. Okay.
A hose just.
And he's just hosing booze in the helmet, and like what the troll does in mid-fight, he like knocks on the whelp, and he's like, "Fill her up." And, like they just dunk the helmet full of it, and he just drinks as he's just charging into battle.
Gluck, gluck.
Yeah. What's your battle cry? Gluck, 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 gluck.
I love it. I love it. I'm 100% on board. Maybe the driver will get a diving helmet full of booze.
I think I know what we're doing next paint jam. Okay.
Oh, Alec, thank you. Going back to the bacon thing, Alex says it's called the cook or the dad tax.
Oh,
I'm
it's,
going
yeah.
to take dad tax.
It's
I'm also
dad
going to
tax.
apply that to a lot more in my house.
Yeah. Dad, can I have some soap?
Dad tax.
Can I have some soap to get clean? Dad tax. We have 8 more bars. Dad tax.
Dad tax.
Just become a tyrant in your own home.
Dad, why do we just get one cookie and you get all the cookies? The dad tax.
Dad tax.
Dad tax.
I'm sorry. Who paid for these cookies?
Yeah.
Did you go and get a job suddenly, Mr. 5-year-old?
Oh.
Who paid the taxes last year? Do you know how long it takes me to pay the taxes?
Who did pay the taxes last year? I'm not sure.
Obviously, not you. All right, make a little bullet hole because little bullet holes are always kind of cool.
On Twitch, user I won't name myself. What are you hiding, sir? Says he or she puts coconut oil and cinnamon in their coffee. The texture is a little tough to get used to, but it tastes good. You know,
All right.
you know.
It also tastes good without it. So why would you do that to yourself? I need an explanation. I'm open-minded on this. I won't name myself, but I do need a little more. Like, why would you put that obstacle in your way?
There's the You know what? It also tastes better without it. This is like,
This still tastes.
damn, Tony.
I mean,
And well, I won't name myself. Man, all I put in my coffee is just a little calorie-free sugar, a little Splenda. Right?
at work, my coffee's black every day. Black coffee every
It's a little
day.
too bitter for me.
Oh, and it's strong and it's bitter, and I'd let set in my because I have a French press at my desk,
Yeah.
and I just let it set, and that last cup, oh, it's so
Just grounds.
oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's the best. Now home in the morning, like, because I make my son get up and eat breakfast with me. Like, that's the one rule. Like at dinner, I don't care. You can sit there on your phone, you can go in your room, whatever. But in the morning, you get up and you have breakfast. That's my rule. And so I make a pot of coffee, and so I put a splash of milk in it. But that's to cool it off so I can drink it quicker, so I can get to work.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, this is a conversion and modding episode of Getting Your Paint On. Dallas is modding a hooch hauler for his custom steel creel, a bunch of technology scavenging trolls. Right now, he's using some plastic card
Yep.
to build like steel wrapping and plates over the hooch hauler's body, and he's been using some tricks we learned. You used a hole punch to lightly tap the plastic card to build rivets,
Let's do it again.
and then you used lip balm on your sculpting tools for your putty so that it wouldn't stick to the tools.
Yep. Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. See, I won't name myself. Says that she's using the coconut oil and cinnamon in her coffee to get out of the habit of using sugar and creamer. But now you're using coconut oil and cinnamon. You've just traded one habit for the other. I don't know which one's healthier than the other. So maybe what you're doing is a good thing, and if it is, I'm very happy for you that you're being healthy. But I don't. Is coconut oil bad?
I won't
It's
name
a-
myself. Your judgment
Coconut
is
oil is
suspect.
better than creamer.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
man.
would think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say I'm not a doctor. I'm just a scientist. I am. I have a degree from LSU that says I am.
Oh yeah, that's
Cowboy,
right.
Yep.
Alec, cowboy coffee, you don't use a filter when you brew it. You just take out the grounds at the end and put them in like dip.
Whoa.
Oh,
What? Alec. No, man. I'll stick to the coconut oil and cinnamon. I'm not going to dip coffee grinds.
no, I'm not putting coffee grounds. The only thing I use coffee grounds for, two things. You can fertilizer.
Well, we're focusing on you making these little rivets on the plating.
You can look at your screen to see where you need to be.
Oh.
There
There you go.
So I'm just using my hobby knife to kind of, because this is perfectly square, and I want to kind of bevel the edge to make it look more like a rough cut plate, and then you can use the knife to cut like little triangles. Get that like little denting.
On Twitch, I won't name myself, has confirmed that coconut oil is much healthier than sugar and creamer.
That's
So
fair. That's fair.
I believe you, and so good job.
Coffee grounds on Stave. Patrick, so a couple years ago, I took some coffee grounds and I mixed it with salt, pepper, red pepper, cayenne pepper, and several other spices like garlic powder and stuff like that. And I did a dry rub on some pork
Yeah.
loin. And I smoked the pork loin with some whiskey infused water for like 6 hours. And oh my God, that coffee turned into this like bark.
Like like a nice crust.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was.
All right. I'm
and it-
listening.
oh, dude. Oh. Oh.
Now, is it? I'm guessing fresh coffee,
I
or
used,
is it post
Dude,
coffee?
I used coffee from a can. Like
But I mean, like,
no. Yeah. Dry coffee.
Okay.
Like I did
okay,
not
you didn't
use the
make
coffee.
coffee
No,
and then use the grounds.
No. Coffee straight out your coffee container and make a dry rub with your salt, pepper, and spices. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dallas, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rolling the plastic card. So I didn't do that on this one enough, and I didn't do it on this one enough. So they're having a problem sticking, and I wanted to move on so we could actually be doing some stuff instead of just sitting there watching my fingers hold a piece of plastic to another piece of plastic. So I'm rolling this around to kind of give it a curvature, so it'll fit on the curvature of the hooch holler,
That is
like that.
amazing. All the stuff I've learned today, Tony.
Learning new stuff every day. Put it in your brain.
Or wherever else it'll fit.
No, Tony, no. Tony, no. Aaron Pritchard says, when are you going back to finish the Ashes to Ashland mini?
Oh, that's always a good question.
It's
I mean,
on.
we're-
It's on my list.
Yeah, we have a list, and things get shuffled about, and things get changed, and like I get distracted by cool projects, and like I'm working on this, and everybody's like, "That's a cool project," and then we like get started, and somebody goes, "Weren't you working on Ashland's to Ashland?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're right."
See, that's the problem with doing the show only once a week. Is cool project today, and 7 days from now, 500 other cool projects
Yeah,
have been thought of,
Yeah.
and then we're forced to choose one
Yeah.
to do the following week.
Plus,
know-
I mean, all the stuff on my desk, like,
Yeah.
oh, there's just cool stuff on my desk right now.
You know what you could do, Dallas?
What?
On your Twitter.
A very special Ashes to Ashland,
No, make a poll of some of the projects you've done in the past
and see which would like to revisit.
and ask which one people would like to see revisited that you, and maybe for a future, I'm not saying the next one, but a future get your paint on and be like the first one you go back and revisit.
We did have a lot of interest in people wanting to see how your Krakens turned out.
Sure.
How you did from fixing those and resculpting, especially the water.
Yeah, I could bring my Krakens back on. I got distracted by a hooch holler. It's easy to get distracted.
Zach Barkley says make a weekly painting day and a separate weekly project day. I mean, that would be really cool, but we
got another job to do.
have a limited. I mean, I would do weekly Rumble every day.
It just sounds like
Yeah.
more of my job, so
Yeah.
I'm for it.
We would love to, Zach, and maybe in the future that's possible. You'll see more videos on the painting, the weekly projects, more Rumbles, but it all comes down to time, resources, and staff availability, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of job to do. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to sit in here and live stream every day,
All day.
but I got job to do too.
However, the more of you out there watching, the more likely we are to do it. So tell your friends.
Like
Yeah.
and share.
Oh yeah. This goes on YouTube, right?
Goes up, yes, it does go up on YouTube
Hey.
afterwards.
Hey, YouTube watchers. I know you're watching this right now. Would you please hit like and subscribe for us? It helps us a lot. Hey, Twitch viewers, if you want to follow us or subscribe, we would like that. Hey, Facebook people, just hit like on the video. Maybe hit share. Share's pretty nice. Thank you.
That's all we
Hearts.
want.
I prefer hearts. I like little hearts.
Yeah, little heart, little share buttons. I personally will love you forever if you hit any of those buttons, no matter what you do.
That's a personal love of foreverness.
Zach Barkley said, just hire more people, make them do the actual work. He's talking about us.
Yep.
All right, roll and roll. Roll this up. Roll it. Roll it up. This is a lot of armor plate.
I was about to say, man, you've got a lot of armor plating you're building here out of plastic card. Are you
Those
looking to
trolls
cover?
aren't kidding around, though.
Are you looking to cover the entirety of the Hooch Hauler's
No.
body with this stuff?
No.
Just a few ramshackle pieces.
Yep.
Now, from a fluff perspective,
Oh, here we go.
I'm ready.
are these armor patches? Because if they're not going to cover the whole thing, where the trolls choose to put a piece here and a piece there?
I have an idea.
Because it looks cool?
Looks cool.
All right, good enough for me.
So and obviously this is Dallas's army, so it's his version. But my head canon is was originally a Hooch Hauler and it was full of hooch. And a couple of the trolls, when they were scavenging it, got into this pretty rough brawl over who got to drink out of it. And so they started like just punching holes in the side of the thing
Oh, I like that.
and just drinking out of the side of it. So when it was all said and done, you know, the chieftain of his creel was like, "Man, y'all wrecked this thing. We gotta fill it back up, and it's full of holes because y'all got in a fist fight over it to try and get drunk. So you go grab that scrap and patch it up."
Patch it.
Patch it up.
Patch job. I like it.
That's my head canon of this thing.
I just like saying head cannon.
I totally forgot. Oh my gosh, we should make a model that has a head cannon.
We did for Convergence.
Good point.
No problem. The Cypher flat out has a head cannon. His head is a cannon.
Does it say head cannon on the card?
It does not say head cannon. I think it's
Okay, that's my point.
a wow.
That's my point. It needs to say head cannon.
Dorian Gray asks, "How solid is that monster?" He's asking about the
This?
the
Solid as a rock. I mean, that's a chunk of resin.
Dallas, you pull down.
Well, we got about 53 pieces here for this Hooch Hauler. This thing is not messing around.
not at all. And for everybody watching, you know, the Hooch Hauler is it is the second and latest Black Anchor Heavy Industries model. The pre-orders on it are actually ending very soon. I think they are at
January
the
30th.
Yeah, the end of this month.
For the pre-orders.
So if you're looking to get your own and get this massive cool bits, which you can use on the Hooch Hauler or honestly any project you're doing, store.privateerpress.com is where you can go and order your Hooch Hauler. But yeah, just quick reminder to everybody, January 30th is the last day to pre-order one, and you get your sweet koozie with it.
Now, we also have another thing ending soon, too, right?
Oh, the Bradigan Pit mini crate.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
If you want the Bradigan Pit
Wait.
mini crate,
Bradigan goes...
Yeah, so the mini crate
Off tomorrow?
subscriptions are you subscribe and you either get an individual model or you
Yeah.
get like 6 months. But and then they rotate when the next model gets announced,
Yeah.
right? And they're all like they're exclusives. Bradigan Pits is tomorrow. If you don't sign up for mini crate for either that 1 month or the subscription by January 19th, and today's the 18th, right? Yeah, today's the 18th. So yeah,
man, I gotta pay my bills
mini-crate.com is where you go. And if you're looking to get the sweet Bradigan Pit resculpt, that is tomorrow's last day.
I super, super love that model, sculpted by Mr. Nathan Lombardi. I did not realize tomorrow's the last day of that, though.
Yep.
I need to get in my order.
oh yeah, me too.
So, need to get that. And that means, so he's number 5, right?
We're gonna have to destroy another mold.
Yeah.
We have to destroy another mold. But he's number 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 is announced, right?
I don't know that 6 has been announced.
I think John Swinkles is in the chat. He might be able to tell us.
John, was number 6 announced?
I don't want to say anything about upcoming models because I've seen a handful of
Yeah.
some of the things that
Yeah.
are kind of far flung that are coming out later. There are some models coming out as part of Mini Crate that I am bonkers.
Yeah, there's a
over.
few on my desk, but I can't remember the order, so I want to make sure I get. What's number 6, John? Have we announced what number 6 is? I can't remember. 6 is not announced yet. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just making sure because I don't want to screw up.
Oh yeah, number 6 is not. So yeah, sorry Zach, we can't say what's after Bradigan Pitt. Nate Brooks just says, "Give us spoilers!" Exclamation point.
Okay, yep. So spoilers coming soon on number 6. Bradigan's done tomorrow. Number 6 is on its way.
It's like number 9 or 10 that I saw recently that I was like, oh, I need it. I want it forever.
Also, we've been having so much fun chatting. I was not paying attention at the time. It is.
So why start now?
Oh, all right. We're going there. Sorry.
Do we need to start wrapping up here, Tony?
Well, we'll go as long as we want.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk. All right, real talks. All right, so I'm getting my armor plates all over it. I'm gonna put this on top. All right, this here, right? I'm gonna use this gun. I'm gonna have a little dude standing here. So I'm kind of taking ideas now, just getting some thoughts. This little bro is gonna hang out here, like he's like getting ready to shoot the gun. I have to build some sort of like mechanism on the back that makes it actually look like it's shooting. Of course, the rails are gonna go on because I like the rails.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm gonna put my noggin right in the camera.
Oh my god! Look at that beard.
All right, well that's not gonna stay there. It's gotta be glued in. Okay, so I'm gonna put the rails on with the guns. It's gonna have the driver. I think the bears are gonna go on unless somebody gives me like just a really, 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 really good idea.
I like your Warjack idea.
I like the Warjack. I'm gonna add more pipes coming out the back. I'm gonna netting full of heads.
Netting full of Warjack heads.
I like that. I have to what do you think of this big extra barrel? Like kind of attached.
1 sec, just real fast. Brian Pueblo has said, "What was the tool that Dallas used to create the rivets on the styrene cards?"
It's like a leather punch.
Yep, just a little leather punch and just gently tap it. What do I think about that keg on the side?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it'll be a nice like break of the profile.
Could you connect that to the cannon? Like it's the
What?
yeah, it was like some no. I mean like where you had it, but just with some hoses or mechanics. Like it's the pressure boiler.
That's a huge boiler.
It's a huge cannon.
What about some like that
Maybe.
works better?
Well, for that, sure. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to have that barrel on the side there, it could be attached where you had it before. Yes, and then some sort of
Okay, so what
piping.
if it's here? Yeah,
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
pipe
and
coming
piping.
up. Okay, yeah. Okay,
That I dig. Yeah.
I dig that. Okay, so I can do that because I like this. Like, I like very asymmetrical profiles. So I think having this big keg on the side of this big keg, this is a big keg.
Right. It's a barrel on the side of a
This
bigger
is
barrel.
a huge keg.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm going with this, and then of course like some extra little kegs and pipes and tubes. But does everybody think the Warjack is the best idea for this?
So let's see what the chat says. Chat says, I'll read these real fast. I have a Dire Troll Brawler pulling it. Shanghai Kador Horses pulling it. Have a Kit Bass Jack pull it. Convert the ball and chains to be chains to pull it.
John Swinkle says warp wolves, but he needs to be silenced.
That doesn't make any sense.
Warp Wolves. I like the Brawler. I like a big troll too. Just a big troll with some crazy helmet.
Yeah. Fuker40 on Twitch. And somebody else on Twitch also said with the Warjack pulling it is a dope idea. But Fuker40 noticed that the barrel you're going to put on the side has the smushed pig on the side
Yeah.
of it. And I guess the question is like, is that going to be visible if you put it on the side?
No, I'll get rid of this smush.
You
pig.
get, yeah.
Yep. I'll get rid of the smoosh pig. So I was thinking about this Warjack or this colossal bit. Whoops, I forgot that's not all glued on. It's not all glued on yet. That's not gonna work. So
Broken before it's built.
that's fine.
Oh, you gonna get it up there?
Yeah, we're putting this on.
Nice.
Just gonna-
It's a nice little.
I'm just gonna start putting stuff together.
Yeah, Dallas. You start putting stuff together.
Stuff. Now we're getting somewhere. Ooh, boy.
Now we're cooking with bacon grease.
Bacon grease in your coffee.
Coconut oil and bacon grease. It's healthier than creamer. It is. Tony, you okay?
I may have snorted.
Snort. Snort. One of these pigs, I'm sorry. Yeah, one of these pigs is going to be firing that gun. Kind of like this guy. It's like, yeah. Oh, man, which one is the best? This guy's pretty cool just because he has a helmet. And he's more grim. So do I go with grim guy or here guy? Chat
Hold
let me
on,
know.
hold on. Let me
Oh.
let me focus on those so people
Yeah.
can
So
actually.
you got
there we
there's
go.
grim guy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's got a little metal helmet.
He's all like, I just want a beer. My,
They won't let me have beer until I shoot this girl.
there's a rock in my boot.
And then there's like this guy like, yeah, I'm shooting a gun.
No, I think the helmet guy's shooting the gun. Happy guy is riding somehow. He's driving or riding or encouraging or drinking, just standing there and drinking.
Just give him a
Give him
mug.
a mug.
Cheers. Where'd that little barrel go? So I need to build a firing mechanism on this gun. So I need to figure that out before I put it on there. I love this conversion. It's crazy. And then, of course, there's all these little hangy bits that comes with the war wagon or the hooch hauler that'll go on there. There's some fire pots. Of course, I'll put those on there because, I mean, it's fire. I mean, those are totally going there. So, I think we got a pretty good start. What do you think, guys?
I like it.
Looking good.
I think it's a good start, man. I think you let all that dry, and we can probably start closing this down. And then next
Yeah,
time,
we'll bring it back after you've done some more work on it. Show people what happened to it.
Yeah, I'll work on it a little bit this weekend
yeah, get
Next time on Get Your Paint On,
on a very special Get Your Paint On.
but probably not actually next time. Another time.
Another time, some undisclosed time in the future on Get Your Paint On. Nope, I'm not saying that. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. This has been Get Your Paint On every Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Also, every Tuesday
Yup.
at 10 a.m. Pacific is
Weekly Rumble,
Weekly.
where we play games. We've been playing a lot of Company of Iron, but we've been talking about doing some other
We are-
cool things.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing some other stuff soon.
Yeah, spread out to some other games.
But staff play games. We sit and chat with you. We talk about cool things. Then occasionally we also have the first shots where myself and the other developers, we talk about upcoming CID
Yep.
cycles.
Those are cool.
Yeah. And then
P3 Presents on Friday.
P3 presents a man.
Learn how to paint.
we have so
Learn how
much
to
going
model.
on.
So much content.
Mhm.
And it's all just free.
Free? Did you say free?
I did say free.
I love that word.
Nice. Oh, and everybody, last reminder, because we were just talking about it earlier, and I just want to remind everybody again, Hooch Hauler pre-orders are ending on January 30th. So if you want to get yourself one, January 30th is the last chance to pre-order one. Store.privateerpress.com to do so. And the current mini crate model is about to cycle into the next one. So if you're looking to get the Bradigan Pit mini crate model as part of your new subscription or this month's model,
Do it.
you have to do it tomorrow. So it's mini-crate.com, and then tomorrow, I think the model cycles. It's either cycles tomorrow or it cycles Monday. But Bradigan Pit is about to go away. So if you're interested in either of those are the dates, and go get you some.
Super fun model. Pick it up now.
All right, take us out.
All right. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thanks again for joining us for Get Your Paint On. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bacon grease in the coffee.
I'm just imagining like put like a teaspoon of sugar in your coffee and you start stirring it with a stick of bacon. You're just like stirring the sugar up.